And don't hold on to it, put it down.
Yep, put it down, yep.
Good evening and welcome to the Historic District Commission meeting, Kingston, New Hampshire. Today is April 9th, 2024. I am Susan Prescott, Chair.
Virginia Morris, Vice Chair.
Dan Doyle, member.
Madeline Willett, member.
Maurice Sweat, Select Board Member.
Sarah Bufano, Recording Secretary.
We are missing Stanley Chalette this evening, and Rob Tersolo, who is still our planning board rep, is on the road heading here now, so he apologizes for his lateness.
Oh, yeah. And Susan.
Oh, I haven't heard from her. Oh, and I don't know that I have her email address. I didn't even email her.
Okay, so I
My
saw
bad.
her.
Okay, I better write that down.
I saw her and told her that I did not think we were having a meeting.
Okay.
Because you had told me
That we weren't.
we weren't.
Yes.
And
Yep.
so if you don't have her email, we need to add her to the list.
Yes, I will.
Otherwise, she would have been here. 'Cause
Yes.
she's quite eager to participate.
So hopefully she'll watch us on YouTube tonight.
Yes. So make sure you get her
Yeah, I
email.
need to get her email.
I think we have to update the website too on who the
yes.
members are.
Okay.
I saw you made it to it already.
I think
Dan's not on.
Susan probably did all
Did
the
that?
select board reps.
Okay,
Yeah.
But Dan's not on there.
all
And
right.
Susan DeHart's not on there.
I'll take care of that. I'm making myself a list. So, the only critical correspondence I had, which really wasn't very critical, and I forwarded it to all of you, is a note that from New Hampshire Preservation Alliance. It was an invitation to their awards ceremony on May 7th at the Currier Museum. So you'll find that in your inboxes, okay? I think it sounds like all are invited. I didn't look closely enough to know if there was a admission fee or if it was, you know, free or anything like that.
Awards, is that 7 to Save?
It doesn't say anything about 7 to Save. It just said awards ceremony. Yeah.
So that's kind of what I was wondering. Usually, about this time, we get the 7 to Save awards. Okay.
Yeah. But like I said, I forwarded you the,
Yes. Yeah.
the invitation, so, I mean, it might have that detail on the invitation, okay?
And you said that was May 7th at the Courier?
Currier Museum in Manchester. Yep. Okay. So I think that was it for me. Did everyone get the minutes that I sent out?
Yes.
Okay, good. Do we have any corrections or changes? Oh, Madeline does.
So it's just my last name. So you got my first name right.
Then I'm
I have
sorry.
the craziest name. So every third letter is an E. So it's O-U-E-L-L-E-T-T-E. There's so many versions of Willette, so I'm totally understanding.
Ouellellettee.
Got it. Yes.
Perfect.
And then I didn't see any other issues.
Me either.
Okay, I didn't either. You
So
do a good
I'm-
job, Sarah.
Make a motion to approve the minutes.
Motion made by Madeline. Can we have a second?
Second.
Seconded by Virginia. All in favor of approving the minutes of March 6th as amended? Aye. No opposed? Okay. Excellent. Thank you again, Sarah. We're going to head right to the town board updates, starting with the select board.
I'm the new rep. We made our,
Oh, we should introduce you for the public as well. This is Lori Swed. She's the new select board rep to the HDC.
we did our appointments, I guess, 3 weeks ago, right after the election. So what the board talked about and decided on 2 meetings ago was that generally the department head meeting, the last Monday of the month, right? The boards and committees also have an opportunity to talk. But sometimes time runs short, so a recommendation was made that the first Monday meeting of every month, so that's a night meeting at 6:30. That would be the opportunity for the boards and committees. Not to say that you can't go to the Monday morning one, but this would be your opportunity where you would go around. And also what we talked about is we want to offer every board and committee, if they want to, the chance to do a presentation on what they're about. And they'll have like a 10-minute opportunity to do a presentation, you know, to let the town know what you're doing, if you need volunteers, anything like that. And I think Susan Ayers sent something out today. So the Heritage Commission is going to take May. And so if you want to put something together and pick a month, and then just let Susan know.
So that presentation is something you sign up for?
Yes.
I'd like to do my presentation for a few minutes on this month?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Good.
And we just thought that would be a good way to promote, you know, we're trying to get more community involvement and engagement, and if we continually allow the public to know what we're doing, that's one way, you know, it really could spark somebody's interest, right? So that starts in May, and I think that's all I have.
Thank you very much. We don't have a planning board rep yet here today. So I am actually the Heritage Commission rep still. And we had a meeting Thursday night it was a joint meeting with the Heritage Commission, Historic District Commission, and 4 of us were there. Dan, Sarah was there too, you. And it was a really good meeting. It was, you're gonna have to help me out. It was with Brandy Laughlin
And
from
Amy Dixon.
Amy Dixon.
Yes.
And we discussed, first of all, it was our 5-year certified local government sort of checkup, sort of what they're doing.
Yes.
So she explained a lot about what the certified local government program was, and we exchanged a lot of ideas, and told her what the town of Kingston is doing. They're very impressed with the work we do. They're very impressed with the cooperation between boards and committees.
We got a lot of compliments.
We did, yeah. And then what was she representing?
NHDHR,
Okay.
Department of Historical Resources.
Right, yes. And the Heritage Commission is doing some really great things with recording at-risk homes. So documentation, and they're doing a great thing. So that was a good meeting, I thought.
So in a bit, we're going to get to this letter for the property owners.
Mm-hmm.
I think we should send a copy to Brandy and Amy.
Mm-hmm.
They like to be informed.
Mm-hmm.
And, Bob Bean gave them a copy of the letter that was sent out to all the historic homes.
Yes.
I would like us to send the ones that we're giving to HD1 and HD2.
Okay.
I think it looks great with the pictures in it and all that, and it's good. The more we can let people know what we're doing, the better.
So I have that on my list as well. We have Stanley Schlett coming in. Do you want a name tag? Pass your name tag down, Stanley.
Hi, Stanley.
We're just doing board updates right now. You didn't miss anything.
Before we
Yes,
go on.
keep going. Yep.
Our selectman's rep isn't here, so I'll ask.
No, our planning board
I mean, the
rep.
planning board rep isn't here. He usually sits there, so I'm directing my hand this way. There were so many different items on our voting for ordinance changes, et cetera, et cetera. Is that Robin's responsibility to update the ordinance book?
That is a great question. I was thinking the same thing because I would like mine, so I will follow up on that.
Okay, because Ellen always sent us a packet so that everybody could change out the old pages.
Does everybody have, how many on this committee do we need?
One of everyone.
We usually, I think do you have a paper copy, binder? Do you want one or not?
And our new rep, Susan DeHart, will need one.
Okay,
And you have a paper, so you'll need an updated, yeah.
yeah.
You'll need it.
So Rob as well, right? So 1, 2, 3.
I don't know if Rob has a binder yet or not.
So for complete binders, Laurie,
Yeah.
would be Stanley and Susan DeHart. but
Right.
For updates for the rest of us.
Okay.
And that's really important because, gee, we look in there and we think, I look in there, I think, ooh, wait a minute. What did we say that was different?
Because there were 40.
There
I
were
think.
a lot.
I think
Were a
there
lot.
were 40.
There were a lot.
If she wants to send it to us, like, I would volunteer to give it a proof before she prints everything out, in case there's something, whatever.
Do you want me to email Robin, and are you gonna take care of it, or do you want me to email Robin?
Yeah, I'll take care of it.
Okay,
Yep.
just tell her if
Is
she
the
needs.
website updated?
I haven't checked yet.
Oh, that's a good point.
And both things need to be updated.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
right, there's a lot, there's so much.
Because if the website's updated, then I can just download it from the website myself.
This is like our whole section, everything got
Right.
changed in ours.
Yeah,
Right, but I'm just saying, if it's updated on the website, then
You
I can
could.
just click on it. and
You
print it.
could, absolutely.
Save the town a little money.
true.
But I like to have, I don't have mine with me tonight, but I like to have all of it, not just ours, and I can't remember all of the different pieces that the planning board did and so on and so forth, so if she's making sets for us that have binders, Lori, that would be really good.
Yep, because she made one for me too, so I will, I'll send an email. It doesn't look like online is updated yet. It's still reflecting the last update from 2023,
Okay,
so
all right.
It's a lot of work.
it is a lot of work
Yeah.
because there was a lot of
It
changes.
is.
All right, I got that for action.
Put your thingy on. Sorry.
I had some difficulty when I was voting town elections on all these amendments. Just say that, well, we're gonna substitute these words in for this article and so forth and so on. And kind of wonder which article are they talking about and how that's gonna affect the changes for years to come, or months to come. And I was wondering if anybody else had this type of trouble. It was like 13 pages, I mean, it was a lot of pages.
Stanley, I think many people had that problem, and if you wanted the full script, what do I want to say, of what transcript of what it was and what it was going to be, it was available, but you had to go to the town hall and get it. So it just said, these are the changes, but if you wanted to see the whole thing, but how many people did that? A real challenge. It was a real challenge.
They all passed though, didn't they?
They all did pass, yeah. They did, yep. Which I was happy about. We worked really hard that last summer on that with the planning board. Okay,
But if you're sent all the updates, so Laurie's gonna talk to Robin to send us the updates, but you'd get a whole new binder, you should have all that new information.
My binder's 15 or 10 years old,
Yeah, so,
everything's sort of obsolete now.
right.
Right. We'll get you a whole new one,
Okay.
okay? All right, so I started a draft message.
so I think that's it for town board updates. So we have one application this evening, Maria, if you want to come up. I have 3 copies. You guys can share that one. You guys are going to have to share this one over here, okay? Take a look at it and pass it on to the other guys, right? Or to Dan. So this is Maria, How do you say your last name?
Burrow.
Burrow?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a little bit of a mouthful of marbles. I make fun of my husband all the time for it. It's a lot of L's.
So tell us what you're planning to do.
The unit is 160 Main Street. It was previously Laura's hair shop. So my goal is to open a really small specialized service grooming salon. So like typically you'll see salons like in a corporate setting, like a PetSmart or other private settings where it's more high volume. I'm trying to be more specialized where it's smaller, quieter, better for the dogs, better for me, better for the surrounding businesses as well. And that's basically what I want to do with the space, and that's what I plan to do if approved.
And it's right across the street in the
Right
mall,
across the street, yeah.
in the shopping center, right? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Maria, what was there before?
It was previously like a hair shop, like a human hair salon.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
It's the one that's vacant right now, right? I
Yes,
drove
it's right
by it
next to the
today.
wrestling.
Yeah,
in between wrestling and the pizza place.
So you want to talk about the new business and the new sign. So we did have the use has been signed off by Glenn Greenwood, so you're all set with that.
Mm-hmm.
I think on the 4th page you'll see the description of what Maria's business is going to be. Small volume pet grooming salon. Let's see if I can, promoting pet wellness through pet grooming, bathing, trimming, styling, in a one-on-one appointment-based setting. Hours of operation approximately Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. She shall have only 1 to 2 employees. Ample parking is available within the plaza and will not be an interference with other plaza business. Being appointment-based, she only requires 1 to 2 parking spots total. Appointments are staggered to ensure only one client family, it might be Rob, is scheduled at a time with a maximum of 5 to 6 grooms per day. Services are available by appointment only. Grooming sessions are typically scheduled for 1 to 3 hours per dog. Hi, Rob.
Oh.
Hazardous materials. Cleaning, disinfection, and grooming products are chosen based on their design to be effective in sanitation while being safe for the environment, plumbing, and clients. The grooming product line is being used as safe and veterinary developed. There will also be 2 separate hair traps to further protect existing plumbing. She does not plan to make any changes to the exterior of the unit. She understands the business occupancy permit will be required. And she plans to order a sign in compliance with the town's ordinance for sign regulations, as well as adhering to any guidelines required and laid out by the town's historic district. That was a nice letter, thank you.
Yes, thank you.
That was good. I wish they were all like
I
that.
want to cover all my
Yeah,
bases.
you did really well.
Thank you.
There's also a letter from Georgia Gracchus, who is the owner of the plaza, with an endorsement for that.
Okay.
All right? So, we don't even have to talk about the use of the business because she's already been before the planning board and it's been signed off by the town planner. Okay? So that's good. So what we're going to talk about is your sign.
Got it.
Okay? Mm-hmm. So on the 5th and 6th pages are a mock-up of what the sign will look like.
And the gentleman doing the sign has done 2 other previous businesses in that plaza as well, so he was familiar with what we needed.
Colors are going to be the same and
Yes.
everything. It's it's going to blend right in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And Virginia, you know sign sizes, right? You're on top.
Max of 24 square feet, this is well within that, so we're all set there.
Yeah. Yeah. It won't be more than 24 square feet. And it'll be 1 flat sign on the wall.
Yes.
All the rest of them are almost the same size.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Are you planning to put anything?
Oh,
Thank you. Are you planning to put any advertising on your windows?
Potentially for a short time, depending on when the sign goes up, and then potentially like maybe my logo on the window. I know the wrestling establishment has decals If so, like it's gonna be like one solid color, just my little logo,
Okay,
that wouldn't be on the sign.
so there's a size requirement for that as well. You can put a logo on a window.
Okay.
And so I believe you would need to come to us for that, so that we can say, yep, that meets the requirements.
Yes, because
if you decide to do that.
Technically a sign.
If your permanent sign isn't done for a while and you're ready to start your business, you can put a temporary sign in your window or on your door. That's just fine.
Perfect.
But if you decide to put some kind of a logo
Okay.
with fairy tales on it or something.
So does she have to do a whole nother application for a logo and another permit fee?
We wouldn't probably charge her another permit fee for the sign. We have the discretion to just be like, that's part of your signage.
Okay, so she wouldn't have to do a whole nother application
I
either?
think she would just have to come in
Submit the, okay,
for a follow-up.
okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, definitely.
Because what you have to do is your logo can't be more than a certain percentage of the whole window size.
That
It's
makes
all
sense.
it's all on the,
Got it.
in the
And
regulations.
you wouldn't want something like holographic from the
Right.
from the
And
street.
There's, you might want to, if you're thinking about putting anything in the window, there's other things, like you can't have lights constantly up, and so there are different regulations
Yeah.
that you'll want to look up. And if you have any questions, you can ask us too.
Perfect.
You can call me and ask.
Sounds good.
Can I put Christmas lights up? And I'll say no. Okay. So, something like that.
Okay.
Actually, you
you
can
can
put
put
Christmas lights
Yeah.
just during the Christmas season and turn them off and
Yeah.
all of that.
That's fair.
You're not adding any, now that we're talking lighting, you're not adding any lighting to
Nope.
your sign, your building, your windows, or anything at the moment?
No.
Okay.
And hours of operation, your telephone number, all that is going to be posted, or?
It'll probably be maybe on business cards, but I don't think
Okay.
necessarily, maybe the hours would be on the door or something like that, but
Yeah.
probably on like things to be passed out, not necessarily on the window.
Yeah.
I'm still debating about the logo on the window as well, because I don't know, but something to think about.
Yeah. That's fine.
Okay.
So if you do decide to go in that direction, just come back to us, send me an email and say, I think I want to put a logo up, and I'll put you on the agenda and we'll talk
Perfect.
about it.
Sounds good.
Okay?
That's good.
All right.
I don't have any other questions.
Do you have any questions? No?
This one's way too easy.
I know. She's been
Well,
great.
I've been
She's been great
sweating
to
about it.
work
I
with.
know I was okay, but I still have been sweating about the whole thing. First time business owner, and I'm just like, oh my God, there's so many steps. So,
No, you did great. You really did.
thank you.
Yep. Very responsive. We've been emailing back and forth.
I'm worried I've been a pain, so thank you for saying
No,
that.
no, you're not. No, not one bit.
Well, your write-up is more complete than many. I won't say than most, but than
Very
many.
true.
Yes, that's good. Well, we wish you luck.
Thank you.
Thank you. And success.
Yes.
So we're going to entertain a motion here.
I make a motion that we approve the application as submitted.
Second?
Thank you. Anyone have any discussion, questions? All in favor of approving the application? Aye. Aye. Good job. So we have your check, and are you going to do the certificate of
I will.
approval? Virginia will do your certificate of approval, and she will mail a copy to you.
So, Maria, would you like it to come to your Brentwood address that's on your check?
Okay. All right. And she will also send a copy of that certificate of approval to the building inspector here as well, the code enforcement guy. So you're going to be all set with that. Okay? All right.
And you know you need an occupancy permit.
Yes.
Good.
Okay, good.
Okay. I'm pretty efficient about sending the certificate of approval, so that should
the
be
next day or so.
forthcoming. Yes.
All right. And like I said, if you have any questions, just get in touch with us, okay? All right, thank you. Did you turn off your thing? All right. You can keep that copy if you want to.
Yeah.
Can we pass those copies back in when you guys are ready? One of them's not signed. This one's not signed. I can keep this one. Oh. Okay. Well,
So,
that
and
was,
you have a copy?
I have a copy here too.
Okay, awesome.
All right, next is our newsletters that we get. Two over there. One for you. I don't know why, but they sent me about 10.
Huh?
So I'm not gonna give you one. We get those every month, I guess, or what, every season, spring 2024?
Yes, they're
Quarterly,
I
okay.
believe.
All right. I don't need this anymore.
I had
So,
a picture of my house. To the rotting boards.
so the next thing on the agenda is the letter to the property owners in HDC, which I really tried to print out for everybody to have a copy of, because they're beautiful, but my printer wasn't working. So, hand those around.
I see.
Have we gotten permission from all the homeowners?
Yes, so I called. I talked to Dan. Yes, you did. I actually talked to both of you. You were in the car en route. I talked to Linda Sanborn. I talked to Michael Marr, is how he pronounces his name, Michael Marr. And they all said yes. And then Susan said yes.
I said yes.
Because we added HD2 house, because we didn't want it all to be HD1. And this, I'm just gonna write up here, is letterhead.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the letterhead
Is Dan's house.
is,
I doubt it. But
so that's why there's such a big space here. And Maddie worked really hard on tweaking the information. Stan, you were very concerned about how long the letter was. You also gave me a scribble sheet of your notes of things you wanted to be included. And Maddie and I sat together and we made sure the things that you wanted to be included were included in the letter. So, okay, you may still think it's too long. I think the pictures help break that text up, but we went right through your list and went check, check, check to make sure that the things that you were concerned about were in there. So I'm going to scoot this towards you.
It's a half a page. I don't think they'd be time to read it.
It's a page and a half. Coming your way. The pictures break it up. It's shorter than the Heritage Commission
it
packet.
is true. That is true. This is a totally different letter.
Yes,
so.
it is, yes.
All right, so I have the address list from Bob Bean. He shared that with me, so I will make up, take a look at it, and I've also emailed it to all of you, so you can look at it when you get home too. We can, I can make up the address labels, and maybe we can, after next month's meeting, sit down and do some folding and addressing, and then, okay, maybe we'll do that. That doesn't mean that you can skip next month's meeting, because you don't want to. We got the peel envelopes, there won't even have to be any licking or anything. So,
Okay.
all right.
So, but submit that to the office. You don't need to
I
make
will,
those copies.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I kept all of
All right.
the,
I'll bring us a treat.
the treat.
I'll bring us a treat while we're folding and putting the labels on.
It shouldn't take long, I think there's only 200.
Okay, and I have a stamp, Historic District Commission stamp. Bang, 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 for a return label.
Oh, perfect, perfect. Because I was gonna print those, print them on the envelopes, but if you have a stamp, then that's great.
What, you can.
We'll just have an assembly line.
Yeah.
Stamping is fun.
It is fun.
It's like arts and crafts.
It is.
That's right, that's right.
And I'll bring us a treat of some sort.
Thank you. That'd be very nice.
And before,
Yeah.
do you have a request for treats?
Oatmeal raisin. Ooh,
That's one of my strongholds. Oatmeal raisin it is. Okay. Okay. And I would like to be on the record to thank Sarah Oppenheimer for her pen and inks She did such a wonderful job. I told her it would be free. It would be a donation on her part.
Oh, you
of
did tell her
time.
that?
I did.
Okay.
When we started.
All
That
right.
we didn't have
She
funds
agreed
for
with that?
but that we would give her credit, which Maddie has done. And I think it's pretty wonderful that it says your neighbor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sarah Oppenheimer, and her website, I believe, is on the bottom of the letter. Stanley, keep passing that down, other people haven't seen it. Just, it's on your email, so you can just
You can look at it
take a quick sketch. But I really appreciate her doing that, and then she gave me those hard copies as well as ones
love to look through
online.
those.
So they're a resource for us, and she said we can use them whenever we
Oh,
want.
nice. That's
So,
lovely.
really appreciate that.
Really, I mean, beautiful artwork.
Yes.
Beautiful artwork. And it's all about community. And
Yes,
her
it is.
volunteering that for the
Yes.
town, and even that letter, it should be like, the historic district should be like, we're their board. They should bring things to us too. It's not like we're the crack the whip
Right.
people. It's we're all in this together. So
Yes.
Right.
it should be more of a community thing.
Yes.
Okay. We skipped over the planning board update. Do you have anything to update us on, or no? Okay.
Kingston General Planning Board,
Good.
lots going on, but nothing in the historical district.
Okay. Perfect.
South on Valley.
And
Oh, my.
not here, though. Okay. All right, thank you. So if there's no public to comment, so if there's nothing else that anyone can think of.
Oh, me, I have
Oh,
something.
Lori has something, okay.
So, probably back in August, I had started a draft of redoing the application and doing a procedure, right? So I'd like to revisit that. The last time, so I had Glenn Koppelman made comments, and the both of you had made some comments. So how do you want me to proceed with that? Just email it out to everybody?
Yeah.
And I don't, yeah. Right.
What the document's going to.
So, the town is undergoing an initiative to document policies for stuff, right? Because there's really a dearth of them, and we seem to have to rethink decisions all of the time, so we're trying to standardize a lot of things. And in doing so, we're looking at just all the paperwork, all the applications that are submitted, and where it makes sense to, a lot of applications are just like 8 pages of stuff, right? So I think it started when we had added Glenn Greenwood to, and that started the ball rolling on kind of looking at that. So I did a draft policy, and then with the application, and marrying those, so.
I think we were
Yeah.
going to, now the last time we spoke, we were gonna. The last time you and I spoke, we were gonna wait, we might as well wait and see what happens at the town.
Yep.
Elections, or,
Yep.
town voting.
Right.
So now that that's behind us too, we
Right.
can move
And
forward
I
with
don't
it.
think that, because I was looking at it today, I don't think anything in there was impacted from anything that would have changed. So, it'd be good for a fresh set of eyes now too at this point, I mean, I've looked at it for too long, so.
So why don't you, if you want to, you can either send it to me and I'll distribute it out, or you can send it to everybody on the.
Okay,
on the
I'll just,
board.
I'll just send it to the group then,
Okay,
and then,
yeah.
I leave, I don't know how everybody's word skills are, but I leave track changes on, so if you make comments, it'll automatically just go right into the document. Or if you're not comfortable with that, you can just type in an email
Okay.
what your comments are, whatever. So I created, there's the application, right, to get the certificate of approval. So just redoing that, meaning just kind of reformatting it, cleaning it up a little bit, and then creating a policy that went along with it. So that everything's not in the application, like there's explanation. So that's what we're talking about.
So Lori, I like that idea. I'd been working on the application, and every time there was something new, a condominium arrangement, okay, now we need to deal with that when there's an application, and et cetera, et cetera. It kept expanding and getting longer and longer, and so it might be messy, and I haven't looked at it for a long time, but I think you cleaned up some things. But I also like the idea that there is a policy format for applications, because the poor applicants, they come to do things in this town, are befuddled by the stuff that's before them, and where do I go first and second, and so forth. So I think that's a really good idea. So if you send that all around to all of us, and when we bring it forward the next meeting, I think that's a good idea.
Okay, great. Because I was, Pedro, the building inspector, right? We got software, right? We bought software for the permitting, to do permits online, and so he's looking at all of the permit applications that we have downstairs, because everything has to go online. So it's a great time to look at, some of these applications probably haven't been looked at for a really long time, right? So for us to get them online, we have to look and make sure that that's the right data that we want. And then just the whole process on where, it should be my vision, it's a one-stop shop for a resident. They should not have to try to navigate the process when you go downstairs and people don't understand the process. Right? I mean, you should be able to go up to the window and it's just kind of seamless, right? If it's chaotic behind the scenes, that's okay. I feel like it should just be seamless to the resident. So that's my goal. And we'll get there. So I'll send it out. Feel free. My feelings don't get hurt, so if you don't like it, you can tell me and I'll just retype it. I'm okay with that.
Can we bring up pricing and fees for residents? Because like for tonight, a business coming in, they pay a fee to us to look at stuff, okay. But I don't think people in the historic district should have to come and pay money too. Like, you're already at a disadvantage because you have an older home and it needs so many different things. I just feel like there should be, like, yeah, you need to do the application, but we shouldn't hit them over the head with fees too. If we could find something, I don't know, some kind of a compromise on what actually does need to be charged for.
Right, maybe have a discussion on like, what does it actually cost?
Yeah.
But,
Because
I'm a volunteer, so that doesn't make any impact on me. But there are people who are salaried who are working and putting this through the office, and so there are some costs associated.
There also may be some duplicates in which you pay the HDC and then you pay the building inspector or the planning board or
The sign is
whatever.
one of them.
Sign is one of them.
Yeah.
Right.
The sign is one, sure.
Absolutely, right. So they're paying twice.
which is a shame, right? I don't know.
So part of our costs for doing business is to have a secretary.
Right.
Part of our cost for doing business is to have the office process the paperwork that the person turns in and put it in their file folder or put it online or whatever. But I don't know that you need to pay twice for a sign, once here and once for the building inspector. So that would be worth looking into. Yeah. We do have the right to say you come back for a sign in your window, we can waive that fee. We don't have to charge that fee again. Right. But we have quite a long list of fees.
Yeah. So maybe we can look at our application and see where they might be doubled, with the town applications.
Well, I feel like if we didn't have fees, people might be more apt to come in and say, okay, well, here's my application, I'm just trying to do this. Like a normal person can go in and do that to their house, and now they have to pay money to be able to do this to their house. So I feel like it's defeating the purpose of a historic district with the fees.
Or just have a flat fee, because I'm looking at the fees right now, and we go anywhere from $25 up to $500.
Like in a big commercial thing, it's gonna cost a lot of money, because there's so many different engineering costs and everything, but,
But it doesn't cost us money.
It doesn't cost us money.
right.
Right. So maybe it's just a flat fee for the certificate of approval.
But then I know
regardless.
we don't get any money to pay our recording secretary.
But
if
that's
we
a-
don't charge anything, so I don't know.
So if we had a flat fee, that would be an administrative cost for the secretary, for whatever happens in the offices downstairs. We could back into this and say, here are the required fees for a public hearing. Okay, so I need a public hearing because I have this business and I have to do a butters, and so that is standardized by the planning board, and the cost of, I don't know about the cost of putting it in the newspaper anymore, because there's no newspaper. But all those things have fees, and there's a fee to mail out the certified letters to the abutters and all. So those are really a cost to us, and that's in our budget. Right. And we have it in and out, so we pay those fees and then they pay us. So we could start there with what really is a cost to us, and then look to see if there are duplicates, as we said, like the sign, and maybe, yeah,
Or even the shed. Because if it's under 168 square feet, they don't need a permit for a shed.
right,
They don't even need a permit.
right.
Right.
And I'm,
But they don't even have to get approval from the town, is that correct?
No, in the historic district.
In the historic district, they do, yeah.
but I'm not sure why we charge more if you have this size addition to your property, or this size addition to your property, and those are differentiated fees. I don't know that we need to do that, so I think that's worthwhile doing. If you send us the
It's,
formatting, and then we
yep.
can talk about fees.
Yeah.
We'll come up with some realistic numbers
Yeah.
for what it actually does cost us. Sounds good.
I was wondering what happens to the fees, does it go back into the HDC budget?
It does not, it goes into the town's coffers. But that's where our budget comes out of, so it doesn't get applied directly back to HDC. It's not income for HDC, it just goes into the town.
HDC is a generator of their own fees. They could use it to buy books or run their own committee.
They'd have to have like a revolving fund or something set up to be able to do that, and it's not set up that way. So, is Sarah's salary paid out of, what is that? Are we budgeted? Do you have a budget line for that?
Yeah, we do.
You do?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So the fees aren't, that has nothing, that's separate from the fees. So it's not, the fees aren't paying for that, that's just budgeted.
Goes into the bucket, and then her, yeah. What about Adam? He must get paid salary for being here too, or
He
for-
does, I
yeah.
mean, he that's a whole, separate budget
Okay.
line, right?
That doesn't, we don't run that through
Nope, so
HDC.
these fees, any fee that we get is going into the general fund.
Yes,
And I know that you mentioned the folks downstairs running anything, that's part of their salary or hourly
okay,
wage
yeah.
is to
yeah.
do that, so. Yeah.
Yeah, so I just want to make it more of a pleasant experience to be part of a historic district, instead of like nickel and diming them and putting expectations on them that you need to come ask for approval to do this. A normal person doesn't, but you do, and we're gonna charge you to have to do it. And I think that's an unpleasant experience, and it's a negative. So like, how do we make that a positive thing? Something they can be proud of, instead of like, oh, they get me
Yeah.
coming and going.
Yeah.
So that's my thought.
Good point.
Good idea, put it on the agenda.
I think so, yep. I will. All right, do we have anything else?
Yeah, I'm gonna, so the ones that we charge for historic district are already in this thing, but Glenn had said we probably don't need it, so I mean, it's crossed out, but you can still read it. But I'll find the other fee schedule, the town fee schedule, and send that as well, so that way you can kind of look and see where there's duplication or where we can eliminate. So I'll pull that and send that too.
That would be really helpful. Thank you. Thanks,
Sure.
Lori.
We're overhauling everything.
That's right. It's good. It's a new year. If there's no other business, then I am comfortable saying we are finished, okay? So meeting is
Make the
adjourned.
motion and second it, all in favor?
Aye. And I will tell Adam that we're done.
Laurie, do you happen to be going into the office tomorrow? I have 2 really busy days.
I can do it too if you want. I'll do it. Why don't you let me do it? I'll do it.
What?